Former athletic trainer who accused retired NFL star Peyton Manning of sexual harassment is speaking about the allegations in her first television interview. Jamie Naughright talked with Inside Edition anchor Deborah Norville. Naughright accuses Manning of inappropriate behavior as she treated him for an injury in 1996. Manning was a 19-year-old All-American quarterback at the University of Tennessee. He maintains he was horsing around with a teammate. The interview includes never-before-seen video of Manning's 2003 deposition, responding to a defamation suit later brought by Naughright.
I briefly pulled down my pants to so-called moon him. 1 second, 1.5 seconds, pulled my pants back up and continued with Jamie's examination of the bottom of my foot.
Peyton Manning has said he was just mooning a friend. What do you say to that?
That's a lie. I was repulsed, I was scared, I was intimidated. It was definitely a predator, intimidating, anger, violent eyes that he had.
Manning's attorney said in a statement, Peyton Manning has been absolutely clear. Jamie Naughwright's accusations are false. When her claims were first investigated 21 years ago, she told a very different story. Her current account was invented several years later in connection with her first of several groundless litigations against Peyton. Most recently, she left Peyton's mother a vulgar and extremely disturbing voicemail. Mrs. Naughright should stop this abusive behavior. Deborah Norville is here with Naughwright's first TV interview about the alleged incident. Good morning to you, Deborah.
Good morning, guys.
Well, this is very serious stuff, and I'm curious about what exactly did she say happened, and has her story changed?
At the time, she was a trainer at the University of Tennessee, and she was examining Peyton Manning's foot. And she said she was down in a crouch position, and he dropped his shorts and placed his bare, naked backside on her face, made physical contact. His genitalia touched her face. She says she pushed him away, called him an ugly word, and that was the incident.
Is that a different story than what she's telling? His attorney says, look, she's now telling a different story. He says he was mooning a friend.
That's what he says. There were 2 other individuals in the training room at the time. One of them said he wasn't in a position to see what happened. The other both have been questioned under oath in depositions, and he said, and this would be Malcolm Saxon, he said, I don't know why you dropped your drawers. This was a letter he sent to Peyton Manning, but he said he didn't see it as mooning.
But in her 1996 affidavit, Naughright, she doesn't mention physical contact at all. That detail then emerged as this 2002 lawsuit.
Yeah.
So to Gayle's question, does she acknowledge that her story has changed?
I would say it's become more detailed. The challenge is this. She reported it to her superior. He said, don't tell the police, don't tell the press. She did, however, call the sexual assault crisis hotline in Knoxville the night of the incident.
And there's a record of that?
And there is a record of that, which you'll see in our report today. And in that report, the person taking the call said she feared for her life, she feared for her job. However, she declined to give the detail. She preferred to do that in person. There is no record to confirm what details she may have given at that time. So you're right, that's an open thing.
Was there a settlement?
There was, she left the university, she filed an EEOC complaint after this happened, the incident in the training room. Then Dr. Naughright got a new job, worked at a college down in Florida. Her career was going fine. She'd even taken the Olympic team to the Beijing Olympics. Then Peyton and Archie Manning published a book. And in the book, after a non-disclosure agreement had been signed when she left the university, both by her and Peyton, the book was published, and there was an excerpt that she considered defamatory. Among other things, it said she spoke with vulgar language, and it mentioned a particular incident. She sued based on the excerpt in the book, and there was a financial settlement reached after the judge declined to dismiss the lawsuit. The judge said, quote, there was sufficient evidence to allow a jury to find the existence of actual malice on the part of defendants. So there was a settlement.
Why
then.
is she coming forward now? Is she saying because he violated the NDA, in her opinion?
Correct.
That's why she's talking?
Correct. And also the NDA now no longer, we're many years later. There have been other legal discussions. Both parties are now free to talk. The reason this has come up more recently is in 2016, a Title IX lawsuit was filed against the University of Tennessee saying that there was a hostile environment and sexual harassment was going on. This was mentioned in that lawsuit, and now more recently, Harvey Weinstein. She says she's inspired by the women who've come forward.
All right, we can see more of your conversation tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Curious to see what she has to say. Deborah's conversation today on Inside Edition. You can check your local listings. It comes on in different times in different parts of the country. Thank you, Deborah.
Thanks.